social media just witnessed another digital earthquake. And this time, Chrissy Rock dropped the bomb herself. Out of nowhere, she accused HoodTrophy Bino of being caught up in an alleged robbery case. You heard that right? From baby mama drama to courtroom whispers, Chrissy just turned the internet into a real-life episode of Law & Order Zeus Edition. Fans didn't even have time to breathe before Bino came swinging back, calling her crazy and flipping the entire situation upside down like a plot twist nobody saw coming. 1 second, it was peace and positivity, and the next, we had Chrissy on live, eyes blazing, talking about betrayal, crime, and hidden truths. She didn't drop receipts. She dropped nukes, and while fans were still trying to replay her words, Bino went off like a man possessed. His rant was pure fire, raw, furious, unfiltered. It wasn't just a response, it was a digital explosion. Now the question hanging in the air, did Chrissy just expose something real? Or is this another chapter in her never-ending saga of chaos? Either way, the internet's glued to their screens, because when Chrissy talks, drama doesn't follow. It sprints. Welcome to Celeb Aura, where every accusation becomes a headline and every meltdown becomes a masterpiece. The internet wasn't ready for the storm that Chrissy Rock unleashed. It started quietly. A vague post on her Instagram story that read, "Some people really think they can rob, lie, and smile like nothing happened." No names, no context, just pure shade dipped in mystery. But within minutes, fans did what fans do best. Connect dots that may or may not exist. The collective gasp could be heard across social media when someone commented, "She talking about HoodTrophy Bino?" That one comment was all it took to flip the timeline into chaos. By the time the blogs caught wind, screenshots were already circulating. Chrissy Rock accuses Bino of robbery. Screamed the headlines, and like clockwork, every gossip page on Instagram had the same post, copy-pasted with flame emojis. Fans were tagging Bino like he was on trial, demanding answers, threatening to cancel him before anyone even knew what was stolen. One follower wrote, "She wouldn't say it if it wasn't true," while another clapped back, "Girl, she says a lot of things that ain't true." The digital courtroom was open, and the jury had Wi-Fi. Chrissy doubled down later that evening during a live session that felt less like a confession and more like a season finale. Her hair was wild, her tone unfiltered, and her emotions all over the place. She talked about fake friends and snakes in the circle, then dropped the line that sent shockwaves through the chat. You know what he did? That robbery case ain't fake. Thousands of viewers flooded the comments with gasps, theories, and chaos emojis. The internet didn't blink. Everyone was screen recording like they were collecting evidence for a Netflix documentary. Meanwhile, HoodTrophy Bino's silence was deafening. For hours, he said nothing, which in Chrissy's world meant everything. Fans assumed guilt, blogs speculated about charges, and YouTubers were already scripting what really happened between Chrissy and Bino videos. Twitter threads became detective forums. People were pulling up old pictures of them hanging out, captioning them with "the calm before the storm." It was pure social media theater. Unscripted, unstoppable, and slightly unhinged. Then Bino broke his silence. And baby, when he did, the internet almost crashed. He went live from his car, voice trembling with anger but eyes cold with focus. "She's crazy," he said right out the gate. "Ain't nobody robbed nobody. She need help, not attention." His tone was sharp, his delivery brutal, his energy pure frustration. He accused Chrissy of making up lies for clout and said she was trying to ruin every man's name she can't control. It was a direct hit, and fans ate it up like drama-flavored popcorn. He wasn't done. Bino went further, claiming that Chrissy had been spiraling for weeks, that she makes up stories when she's mad, and that nobody wants to be part of her circus. The comment section turned into a war zone. Half the fans sided with Bino, praising his composure. "Finally, someone standing up to her madness," one wrote. The other half went ballistic. "Gaslighting 101, another commented. "He guilty, that's why he talking so hard." The live ended with Bino saying, "Y'all gonna learn one day, she ain't who she pretend to be." And just like that, a new scandal was born. By morning, You're Christian vs. Bino was trending across platforms. Everyone had an opinion, and nobody had proof. Meme pages started remixing their lives like mixtapes, splicing clips of Christian's emotional rant with Bino's angry rebuttal, adding dramatic music for effect. Even casual viewers who had no idea who either of them were jumped in just to say, "This is better than Zeus Network." And honestly, they weren't wrong. The blogs ran wild with new theories. One post claimed Christian had evidence, another claimed Bino was lawyering up. Nobody had receipts, but everyone had confidence. Meanwhile, Bino's team tried to release a statement, calling the rumors false and defamatory, but nobody cared. Statements are boring, drama is viral. Christian's fans weren't backing down. They flooded his comments with snake emojis, accusing him of being fake tough and hiding behind excuses. Behind the scenes, insiders whispered that this wasn't the first time their tension had boiled over. There had been whispers about money, disloyalty, and jealousy simmering under the surface for months. People who once called them friends now described their bond as toxic reality TV without the cameras. And this latest accusation, it was the spark that set the entire relationship on fire. The wildest part? Neither side showed signs of slowing down. Christian hinted she had proof, but never showed it. Bino said he had screenshots to clear his name, but kept them for legal reasons. Fans begged for the receipts like addicts needing a fix, but all they got was more shade. Every tweet, every subtweet, every emoji became another episode in a never-ending digital soap opera. And in classic Christian rock fashion, she capped the night off by posting a cryptic tweet. "You can hide the truth, but not forever." No context, no tags, just chaos. The world was watching, the blogs were drooling, and HoodTrophy Bino's phone was probably on fire. Because when Christian Rock accuses you of something, it's not just gossip, it's a full-blown internet earthquake. And baby, this one was just getting started. By the next morning, the entire internet was living inside the Christian Rock versus HoodTrophy Bino saga. Every gossip outlet from the Shade Room to Hollywood Unlocked had posted about it, and Twitter, or X depending on who you ask, was on fire. Did Bino really rob somebody, or is Christian just starting her own Zeus Network series? One user wrote. Another tweeted, "Every week, Christian finds a new man to argue with. This woman's life got more episodes than Power." The memes hit faster than the facts. One showed Christian in a detective hat with the caption, "Detective Rock on the case." Another had Bino photoshopped into an episode of First 48 with the caption, "When your ex turns into the FBI." The internet had officially declared war, not between right and wrong, but between entertainment and exhaustion. Still, nobody could look away. This wasn't just tea. It was espresso with rocket fuel. HoodTrophy Bino, realizing that silence wasn't working, decided to go nuclear. He went back live that night, pacing back and forth, voice raised, emotions spilling over. "I'm tired of being her storyline," he yelled. "I don't owe her nothing, and I definitely ain't robbed nobody." The chat was moving faster than a stock ticker. Half of it was "Tell your truth, King," while the other half was "Cap, cap, cap." The man looked one bad comment away from throwing his phone across the street, but just when things couldn't get any messier, Christian doubled down again, this time with what she called proof. She posted a screenshot of a text message thread with Bino's name at the top, claiming he'd admitted to being involved in some shady stuff. The problem? The messages were cropped, blurry, and suspiciously short. Fans zoomed in, enhanced, reversed, and still couldn't confirm anything. "This could be a Pizza Hut order," one fan joked. Still, it was enough to reignite the firestorm. Within hours, blogs were dissecting the screenshots like they were sacred texts. YouTubers went live, reading the messages line by line, pausing dramatically before every emoji. "Right here," one commentator said, pointing at the word "handled" in the chat. "This is where he confesses." The comment section went wild. "Bro, that's literally autocorrect." Logic had officially left the chat. Taseki, Christian's sister, couldn't resist stepping into the chaos. She tweeted, "I told y'all to leave that boy alone." And just like that, the sibling rivalry was back on center stage. Christian fired back instantly with a fiery subtweet. Some people too busy defending strangers instead of protecting blood. It was Family Feud meets Love and Hip Hop energy, and fans were living for every second of it. HoodTrophy Bino wasn't backing down either. After Christian's evidence post, he released a video from the studio showing himself surrounded by his crew, laughing at the situation. "This what we doing now?" he asked, shaking his head. Photoshopped messages. "Girl, stop lying before you manifest another lawsuit." His boys in the background echoed, "Facts." "Tell her again." It was petty, it was messy, it was glorious. The internet immediately took sides. Team Christian versus Team Bino. Fan pages started updating like live newsrooms. One page even created a poll titled "Who You Believe?" that got over 200,000 votes in 3 hours. The result? 51% Chrisian, 49% Bino. A perfect tie in chaos. You couldn't make this stuff up. Celebrities started chiming in too. Lemmy Plummer from Zeus posted a cryptic tweet. "You can't spell drama without ratings." The fans lost it. "He's watching!" they screamed in the replies. Blueface, always lurking in the shadows of Chrisian's drama, decided to stir the pot with a post that read, "Told y'all she don't know how to pick 'em." It was petty, but it was pure Blueface, gasoline on an already blazing inferno. Meanwhile, Chrisian's fans were in full defense mode. They posted old clips of Bino yelling on Liv, saying, "Oh, see? Look at his temper. That's guilty behavior." Bino's supporters clapped back, posting videos of Chrisian breaking things and writing. Crazy people project their crimes on others. It became less about who was guilty and more about who could out-insult the other side first. Then came the twist. A random fan claimed they had court documents proving Bino had been investigated for a robbery-related incident. They posted grainy screenshots of a legal-looking file. It looked convincing, until someone noticed the date, 2017. The internet turned on the fan instantly. "You mean to tell me you dragged the whole internet for a 7-year-old parking ticket?" one user wrote. But even that fake document added another layer of confusion to an already unhinged storyline. By now, even Bino's management couldn't keep up. They posted a statement begging fans to respect the truth and wait for verified information. The replies? "The truth don't need PR. Y'all panicking for a reason. Tell him to go live again." The public wasn't interested in truth. They wanted another round of drama. And, of course, Chrisian delivered. That night, she posted another cryptic story. "Y'all keep protecting demons. God sees everything." No names, no tags, just nuclear-level shade. It was the digital equivalent of tossing a grenade and walking away. Bino reposted a meme immediately after. SpongeBob holding his head with the caption, "Here we go again. The internet couldn't get enough." Commentators on TikTok started saying this feud had better writing than most TV shows. And they weren't wrong. It had all the elements: betrayal, revenge, lies, emotion, and a possible court case. It was chaos that wrote itself. By day's end, the storyline had gone global. Even British blogs were covering it under headlines like, "American rapper denies robbery allegations from Fiery X." Everyone wanted a piece of the madness. Meanwhile, Bino posted one last message before logging off for the night. "Y'all believe a woman who punches cameras? I'm done explaining." The man said he was done. But we all know, in the world of Chrisian rock, nobody's ever done, because the minute you think the drama's over, she finds a way to turn the sequel into a trilogy. By the next day, it wasn't just trending, it was dominating every corner of the internet like a digital hurricane that refused to die down. You couldn't scroll for 2 seconds without seeing Chrisian Rock's face next to HoodTrophy Bino's name, plastered on blogs, tweets, memes, and reaction videos. It had gone from gossip to global spectacle. The entire thing felt like a crossover episode between Maury, Love and Hip Hop, and CSI Instagram. Everyone had a theory, everyone had an agenda, and no one was looking for peace. HoodTrophy Bino tried one last time to control the narrative. He dropped a calm, low-energy video on his page saying, "I'm not beefing with nobody. I'm focused on music, not mess." He spoke slowly, trying to sound unbothered, but the fans weren't buying it. The top comment under his post read, "Sir, you were yelling like a WWE wrestler 24 hours ago." Another added, "We love this new Zen era, but bring back the car live." Even when he tried to calm things down, the internet refused to let him have his dignity. Once the drama starts rolling, it doesn't stop. It trends. Meanwhile, Chrisian was feeding the beast like a professional showrunner. She posted a new selfie captioned, "Real always gone win." That was all it took. Instantly, blogs posted it as "Chrisian claps back at Bino again," even though she hadn't mentioned his name. That's the thing about Chrisian. She doesn't need to tag you to end you. One vague quote, and the internet builds the entire storyline around it. The fans went wild, turning every emoji she used into a coded message. "The sparkle means he lying," one wrote. "Now the heart means she's at peace," another argued. It was conspiracy theory energy, but make it glamorous. Then came the real twist. A short clip leaked from a studio session, allegedly featuring Bino's voice saying, "They won't find nothing, 'cause there ain't nothing to find." The clip had no context, no proof, and no timestamp. But did that stop the internet from going into full detective mode? Absolutely not. Theories exploded. "That's him admitting guilt," screamed one comment. "Nah, he's talking about a diss track," argued another. The truth didn't matter. The confusion was entertainment gold. Even celebrities couldn't stay out of it. Lemmy Plummer jumped on live and laughed, saying, "At this point, I might as well give them their own show." Tamar Braxton commented, "Praying for peace, but this is wild." And 50 Cent. Because of course, 50 Cent posted a meme of Chrisian and Bino with the caption, "Get me the rights to this season." Once 50's trolling, you know you've hit peak virality, then Chrisian did what she always does. She dropped a curveball. Out of nowhere, she posted a video of her with her baby, saying, "I don't care about no man, I care about my peace and my purpose." Her voice cracked just enough to sound vulnerable but firm enough to sound done. The internet melted. Comments flooded in with "Queen energy" and "She's healing." In that moment, Chrisian Rock went from accused drama queen to heartbroken mother reclaiming her peace. And like magic, public opinion flipped again. Bino couldn't win. Every move he made looked defensive. Every word he said was twisted into guilt. Even his silence started trending as proof. A YouTuber said it best. Bino's problem is that Chrisian doesn't fight fair. She fights viral. Every story, every cryptic post, every tear on live became ammunition. She didn't need a press team. She was the press team. By week's end, the whole situation had mutated into something bigger than both of them. This wasn't about robbery anymore. It was about reputation, control, and who could outtrend the other. Bino's fanbase started calling for justice for men falsely accused, while Chrisian's supporters said, "Believe the woman, even when she's chaotic." It was no longer a feud. It was a cultural debate wrapped in memes and live sessions. Then, as if scripted by reality TV gods, Chrisian and Bino were spotted at the same industry event. Paparazzi cameras flashed like lightning. Chrisian walked in first, glowing like she had nothing to lose. Bino entered 10 minutes later, jaw clenched, hoodie up. No words were exchanged, but the internet didn't need them to. The next morning, gossip pages were flooded with headlines like, "They face off," and "Tension in the room," even though all they did was breathe the same air. By this point, everyone was exhausted but still addicted. Every fan swore they were done with the drama, but they were the same ones refreshing pages every hour for updates. It wasn't just a scandal, it was entertainment. The modern version of tabloid royalty. Then, as fast as it began, Chrisian switched gears. She deleted the posts, stopped going live, and posted a verse from Psalms on her story. The internet froze. Was it over? Was she done? Or was this just the calm before another round? Nobody knew, but the silence felt suspicious. Fans flooded the comments with "she plotting something" and "the devil don't rest on Sundays." And maybe they were right, because if history has taught us anything, Chrisian Rock doesn't just move on. She reloads. By the end of the week, both sides had gone quiet. The blogs moved on to new scandals. But this one lingered. Screenshots still circulated. Fans still debated. And deep down, everyone knew. The truth probably didn't matter anymore. What mattered was the chaos. Because in the world of viral fame, chaos is currency. Chrisian Rock's accusation didn't just shake HoodTrophy Bino. It reminded the world that one tweet, one live, one "she said what" moment can flip an entire career upside down. Whether she was right or wrong didn't matter. The internet had already picked its winner. And as usual, it was the drama itself. Because in 2025, scandals don't end. They just trend in circles. And this one's going down in history as the feud that turned rumor into religion. And just like that, another internet storm meets its final plot twist. But not a resolution. Because when it comes to Chrisian Rock and HoodTrophy Bino, peace is just the pause between two explosions. From robbery rumors to livestream meltdowns, from cryptic tweets to meme wars, this saga gave the world more entertainment than a Zeus Network marathon and more plot twists than Power Book 2. So now the question is, who do you believe? Did Chrisian drop the truth bomb of the year, or did Bino just get caught in the crossfire of her chaos? Drop your theories in the comments, because the internet jury never rests. Let's settle this right here in the celeb aura courtroom of public opinion, where every emoji counts as evidence and every "she said" becomes breaking news. And while you're at it, smash that like button like it just accused you of robbery. Subscribe for more chaos, more receipts, and more celebrity plot twists that make Hollywood look like a church choir. More celebrity plot twists that make Hollywood look like a church choir. turn on that notification bell. Because with Chrysian, every week's a new scandal, and here at Celeb Aura, we're front row every time. Remember, we don't just spill tea. We pour it straight from the pot, boiling, unfiltered, and way too hot for PR to handle. This is Celeb Aura, signing off, where fame meets fury, truth meets trolling, and no rumor stays buried for long. Stay tuned, stay messy, and stay ready. Because somewhere out there, another celebrity just hit go live.